Imagine losing everything. Your career, your reputation, your future, all snatched away because one powerful man decided you were a threat. But what if that wasn't the end of the story? What if it was just the beginning of a meticulously planned, years-long revenge so epic, it would systematically dismantle his entire empire, leaving nothing but dust in its wake? This is the story of how one woman turned professional ruin into the ultimate vengeance. Before the fall, she was a supernova. Let's call her Ilara. Fresh out of grad school, with a mind that moved at the speed of light, she entered the world of high finance not just to participate, but to revolutionize. Her early projects were legendary predictive models so accurate they felt like prophecy. Strategies that outmaneuvered competitors who had been in the game for decades. She was on a meteoric rise, her name whispered in boardrooms with a mix of awe and envy. And no one watched her ascent with more interest, or more fear, than the industry titan, Marcus Thorne. Thorne had built his empire on a foundation of ruthless acquisition and market manipulation. He was the king, and he saw Ilara not as a promising talent, but as a pretender to his throne. Her brilliance didn't just impress him, it threatened him. He saw in her a future where his old-world tactics would become obsolete. So, he decided to extinguish her light before it could outshine his own. The downfall was as swift as it was brutal. Thorne orchestrated a campaign of sabotage with military precision. He used his vast network to plant whispers of incompetence. A meticulously crafted smear campaign, fueled by fabricated evidence, painted her as reckless and unstable. He engineered a catastrophic failure on her biggest project, a failure she had warned about, but was overruled. The media, fed a narrative by Thorne's PR machine, crucified her. Within months, Ilara went from industry darling to pariah. She was fired, blacklisted, and utterly alone. The world believed Thorne's version of the story. She had hit rock bottom, a ghost in the industry she once aimed to conquer. In the silence of her isolation, despair was a constant companion. But one night, staring at the gleaming towers of Thorne's empire, something shifted. It wasn't just the sting of injustice. It was the cold, hard realization that his victory was built on a lie. A seed of an idea began to grow, not just for vindication, but for a reckoning. Living well wouldn't be the best revenge. Strategically dismantling his legacy, piece by piece, would be. Her rise from the ashes began, not with a roar, but with a whisper. She took on small, anonymous consulting gigs, solving complex problems for companies far from Thorne's sphere of influence. She wasn't just earning a living, she was sharpening her skills, learning new technologies, and, most importantly, building a network of quiet allies. These were the underdogs, the disruptors, the ones who had also been pushed aside by giants like Thorne. She formed strategic alliances with brilliant minds in decentralized finance, in AI development, in cybersecurity areas Thorne viewed with disdain as mere novelties. These were her quiet triumphs. She helped a small fintech startup secure a patent that would become a cornerstone of their success. She advised an anonymous collective on a blockchain protocol that ensured unbreakable data integrity. Each small victory was a brick in the foundation of her new reality, a quiet re-establishment of her genius. Crucially, she was moving completely under Thorne's radar. To him, she was a finished story, a forgotten footnote. He had no idea she was assembling an arsenal. Years passed, the industry landscape shifted. While Thorne was busy consolidating his old world power, Ilara was leveraging the new one. She had mastered the very technologies he ignored. She had gathered a team of loyal experts, each a master in their field, each with their own reasons to resent the old guard. They weren't just a company. They were an arsenal of intellect and technology, patiently waiting for the right moment. Ilara started making her moves, so subtle they were almost invisible. A slight manipulation of crypto markets here. A strategically leaked anonymous research paper there, revealing vulnerabilities in traditional financial systems Thorne's systems. She was chipping away at his perceived invincibility, creating hairline fractures in his empire's foundation. Then, The chessboard was revealed. The first domino fell. One of Thorne's major subsidiaries faced an unexpected and catastrophic loss, officially blamed on unprecedented market volatility. But the volatility wasn't random. It was a symphony of chaos conducted by Illyra's algorithms. The media reported it as a sign of Thorne's losing his touch. Then, another domino. An anonymous whistleblower, using an untraceable communication platform built by Illyra's team, leaked documents to regulators. The documents exposed years of anti-competitive practices and ethical breaches within Thorne's conglomerate. Suddenly, Thorne's empire was under siege. Regulatory bodies launched full-scale investigations. His board grew restless. The cracks Illyra had been carefully creating were now gaping chasms. The public narrative, which he had controlled for so long, was slipping from his grasp. The final blow was a masterpiece of strategic timing. Just as Thorne was mired in legal battles and his stock was plummeting, Illyra publicly launched her new venture. It wasn't just a competitor, it was a paradigm shift. An AI-driven decentralized financial platform that was faster, more transparent, and more ethical than anything Thorne's empire could offer. It directly targeted his core business, offering a better alternative to his disgruntled clients who were now flocking to her. The public reckoning was complete. She didn't just expose him, she made him obsolete. The collapse was total. Stripped of his reputation, his clients, and his wealth, Marcus Thorne's empire crumbled into dust. The legacy he had spent a lifetime building was undone in a matter of months, a direct result of the multi-year campaign orchestrated by the woman he tried to erase. Illyra, however, did not gloat. Her victory wasn't loud or boastful. She had become something more than a success story. She was a disruptor, a champion of a more ethical industry, and a living symbol of resilience. Her legacy wasn't built on the ashes of his, but on a new foundation entirely. She proved that the most powerful response to being pushed to the brink isn't just to survive, but to rebuild the entire system on your own terms. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that true strength isn't just about weathering the storm, but about having the unwavering determination to become the storm. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as incredible as we did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating tales of strategy and resilience. See you next time.